All right. These are due what day? Wednesday. So tomorrow. Today we're going to take half a class to work on your posters. If you don't finish, please do not panic. Take a deep breath, and we'll work on them tomorrow when they are due. The last half of class today, we're going to be working on a critical thinking article, kind of switching gears a little bit. But I think it's a very important topic that I think most of you will be interested in reading about. It's about violence happening along the border. Okay? All right, guys. At this time, I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes of work. You can work together. In the center, you will see what to draw with. Crayons. I would recommend drawing with pencil first, because I kind of mess up a lot whenever I'm drawing, and then go over it with the crayons. Or if you have colored pencils or other supplies like stickers, I saw some kids bring those in. You can use those as well. All right, guys. If you were absent yesterday, try asking your neighbor what we were doing. If you can't come up with a theme, I will help you with that theme, okay? All right, go ahead and get to work. I'll start my timer right now. Joseph, I'd like you to look through that chapter. Chapter 3, okay? Yeah, chapter 3, and you're going to see a very important quote there about halfway in. When you guys find it, talk to each other about it. I'd like you to draw your poster based off of that theme, okay?
Miss, we could use it like this or like
Of course, any direction does not matter to me. Yeah, use the novels if you need them for quotes.
I mean like
All right, sir, since you got this done, let's work on the final copy of it now, okay? You don't need to add more detail. I think that looks good enough to work with.
what chapter did we say that was?
Very good. Excellent. So whenever you go over this, make sure it's bold with your crayons, okay? Good job. Luis, do you have your rough draft ready?
Yeah.
Okay, basically, good job.
Yeah.
You got your bare bones ready to rock and roll. Excellent. Cool art supplies at this table. Love it. Okay. Did you find what happened? What's going on?
Crayon couldn't catch any flounder.
Good. And what did Trier fail to do?
He failed to bring up food.
Failed to bring him food. Do you remember when he didn't bring Crayman food? Maria, how did he feel about that?
Guilty and sad.
Guilty, sad. So what did he decide to do then?
To go bring him half a bowl.
Exactly. So he learned to share with others, okay? Being generous towards others. That should be your theme, okay? So go ahead and write down on your piece of paper here, you know, something about showing generosity towards others, okay? Sharing with others. That will be the main title of your poster. Sharing with others. Exactly. That sounds like a good title. All right, sweetie. So what did we find from chapter 3? Let's see, because I'm going to have you focus on that theme, okay? Skim this page and see what lesson Trier learned in this page. Right when you start skimming it, you should see right away, remember this scene, okay? Yeah. There you go, hon. So I'd probably focus on this line right here. He made it all right. He survived the night. He didn't get carried off to the baby's lair and get eaten, okay? He survived. Good job. No, since you use this as your title, I would stray away from that. But think about how he learned it. What animal taught him this? The fox. So find a line that shows that he survived the night with the fox without getting killed.
So like this, like when we say like Trier learned to not share secrets that are not his to share.
Very good.
We would put it like into a quote that would go.
Yeah, so remember Crane Man's quote. What did he tell him? Well, I don't expect you to. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, though, right? I would probably use that quote. And then your picture should be interesting from this. I'm interested to see that. You know how I learned? It was like that. Yeah. So I make kind of a C first, and then I go inside this way. Okay? See if you can make it happen with that. Now, when I do that, whenever it looks a little, I just make it part of it. Make all the other ones a little bit crooked, and it'll work, okay? Little imperfections, you can see a lot with it. You can work with it, okay? Yes.
Is this good? Like, I'm gonna do my picture right here.
Yes, I like how you're setting that up. Very nice.
Like a fox.
It does look like a fox, maybe with a bushier tail, so it doesn't look like a chihuahua. It can be. You're walking that fine line between chihuahua and fox, so a bigger tail, bigger tail. Very good. So that's why it's important. So next you need the page number, so I know where you got that, and then tell me down here why that's important, and then work on your picture. Okay, very good. Let me see.
Like this, or does
At the end of the sentence. Got 7 minutes of work, and then we'll switch to our article. All right, guys, on the board is the title of the article we are going to be reading today. 3 young girls killed in Mexico border attack. First, before we begin reading, I want to get you kind of familiar with what's going on. So please write down news clip. News clip. When you're finished watching this news clip, and it's very fast, it's about 1.5 minutes long, you're going to write down what happened in this news clip. What was the reporter trying to get across, the message? All right, so turn your chair so you can see the board. You're fine.
Mexico's war among crime cartels escalated this week as rival gangs battled for control of drug and human trafficking routes. At a ranch in northern Mexico, authorities discovered the worst massacre since President Felipe Calderón took office in 2006. The bodies of 72 Central Americans believed to be headed to the U.S. Experts say the level of brutality is on the rise.
They have no sense of fear that the governing authorities are going to come after them, hold them accountable.
The violence is highly concentrated. More than half the country's drug-related killings are happening in 7 of Mexico's 32 states. The bloodiest battles are centered around key access points to the U.S., along border areas and port cities.
They're businessmen. They're fighting over control of routes, but also access points into the world's largest market for illegal drugs.
In an unprecedented move, the State Department ordered U.S. diplomats in the northern city of Monterrey, a business hub with close U.S. ties, to send their children home. Mexican officials have been targeted, as have journalists. The Committee to Protect Journalists say at least 24 have been assassinated in Mexico since 2006. The U.S. is sending more than 500 National Guard troops to the Arizona-Mexico border. The first units are set to arrive Monday. But experts believe unless U.S. demand for illegal drugs and illegal workers decreases, the violence will continue.
We need to take some responsibility.
All right, guys. At this time, please write down what was going on in this news clip. What was the important message? What's happening along the border? Okay. Just a quick sentence. About 30 more seconds. When you're done, put your pencil down so I know you're ready. All right, guys. At this time, I need you to read to yourself out loud what your message was. You're not reading to your neighbor, you're reading it out loud just to make sure it makes sense. When you're done, I'm going to call on a couple kids to tell their group what they wrote down. This is your practice for it. Ready? You should see it in front of you. Set. And read. Remember, aloud. Oh, what should my other group members be doing? Listening. How do we listen to each other? What should we be doing? Looking at them. I shouldn't see you. Okay? Pay attention. Give them respect. Ready, set, go.
On the border, people are dying, and 3 people died, and also drugs are passing through the border.
Very good. Next, I need my number 1. Since there's no number 1, I'd like the number 3 to go at that back table. Ready, set, go.